Joe in real life. Guys, today I am devastated with muscle soreness. Just destroyed. It was my first couple days of being back on a regular weightlifting program. So 2 days ago was my bench day. I did 5x5, just standard stuff. And then yesterday was my deadlift day. And today I have the DOMS, the delayed muscle soreness, of the bench day, as well as the DOMS of the deadlift day. The bench day's worse. It wasn't that bad yesterday. Today was worse. And I'm just phoning it in today. I'm gonna do my minimum and maybe a fancy move, maybe a Turkish getup. We're gonna see, you know? My breath work was bad. My Maffetone running was really slow. I take these as all good indicators that it's a rest day. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, and the scale. Okay, so this is gonna be somewhat alarmist, but I do wanna talk about it. I've been losing weight. I went from about 200 pounds to 192 over the course of a couple weeks. And then today I was 198. Now I have my kids and I ate a bunch of snacks with them, but like you're thinking probably a 6-pound weight increase, you ate more than a few snacks. Guys, it's not weight. It's not real weight. It's inflammation, water retention, glycogen storage. Like, it's kind of a perfect storm of my body being exhausted and taxed and then filling it with sugar. Or really just simple carbs. I didn't eat that much sugar. Cortisol being spiked through the roof, even though I felt great and was really happy, but like physiological, stress, not psychological. And your body stores, you've been depriving it for a little while, so it kicks into high gear as storage. And then that inflammation, and it takes every joint that's inflamed, which in my case today is every joint, and it fills those cells with water. And to a degree glycogen, although that's less specific and technical. And I'd be lying if I told you I fully understood it. And I'm stoked, by the way, in case it's coming off like this is a poor me kind of tale. This is exactly what I was hoping for. I had a great January where I goofed off and just squatted a lot and did silly shit with no real plan, and now I'm back on a plan and I'm paying for it. And I like paying my taxes. It feels good to me, Like just walking was hard. A mile run was torture. And I feel good. My abs are destroyed. I did abs 2 days ago. They weren't sore yesterday, but then I deadlifted with the abs. I really hit abs hard 2 days ago, and then I did deadlifts, and it had to stabilize through all those movements, and it just feels like ground beef with crushed glass in it. Like that's my midsection right now. So we're gonna do minimums, and we're gonna goof off a little. We're gonna have fun. And I'm gonna get upstairs and play video games with my kids. Stay tuned. I love you guys. This is something that happens. You play hard with your body. You're gonna hurt it sometimes. That's just that. And I'm not injured, not even a little. Anyway, I'll see you in the squat rack. Just a short one today, family. And I have nothing especially interesting to say except I am sore and I am happy. It's a little rainy and cold in Savannah this morning. I'm taking a walk, so please excuse me if the audio's a little muddy. And yeah, I just worked up to my daily minimum, 170 pounds. I could have done more for sure, but it did not seem worth it. and they were very painful. That's 155, 170's coming. Honestly, the weight was under control. 185 could easily be my minimum, but I think I'll keep it at 170 for another couple months. After this, I do I'm calling it the twister, the Klein Schmidt old-timey strongman lift where you keep your legs straight, you extend a weight overhead in one arm, and then with straight legs you thrust your butt back and touch your foot, the same foot of the hand that's pressing the kettlebell up, so you twist. You'll see it in a second. I'm describing it badly. Being as sore as I am, a stretching movement like that under load can do a lot to help alleviate soreness. I think stretching, I think yoga in particular, but stretching in general, there are a lot of wild claims about its enormous benefit, you know. And certainly some of those claims have a grain of truth in them. But one thing for certain that, yeah, you see it right there, that a stretching movement can do is if you have muscle soreness, getting a good stretch in will reduce the pain of that muscle soreness by quite a bit. There are a couple reasons for this. One, it frees up the fascial tissue around the inflamed muscle, so you just generally move better. But the second reason, and this one's a little bit harder to ferret out, if you move yourself through difficult and painful positions while your muscles are sore, then for the rest of the day you will instinctively avoid more problematic positions. I know that seems a little crazy, but it's super true. And that's backed by science, you know, both of those claims are. I think this is it for today, man. You know, hopefully tomorrow I have some relief. I'm going to do overhead pressing tomorrow. Well, I'm going to do squatting and overhead pressing. And then the next day is my squat day. I'm going to do 5 sets of 5 for a squat. And I'd like to get my daily minimum for at least one of those sets. I think that would be really cool. I ran out of time again. But anyway, yeah, you can probably see the rain hitting the screen. Maybe it's messing up the camera a little bit. It's nice out all the same. It's really cool and nice. And my Maffetone run this morning, despite it being slow and painful, has really done a lot to free up some of that muscle soreness too. I'm moving a lot better right now than before I worked out. And if nothing else, that's one of the great benefits of getting a light workout in when you're sore, you know? It just frees up your mobility. And it informs, I call it your inner werewolf, like I was talking about just a minute ago. The part of you that's a dumb brute animal, it informs that animal kind of subconsciously where it can move for the day and where it can't. I got no reason to make this up. I promise you that's true. And I'd cite the sources, but it would be a lot of work, and I don't want to. So there we are. How about a Tom Waits update? How about that? You can skip this part if you're bored with Tom Waits. Swordfish Trombone, Frank's Wild Years, and Bone Machine. There are 3 albums, late 80s, mid 80s to late 80s to early 90s. I believe those are the 3 albums people think of most when they think of Tom Waits, and for good reason. They are astoundingly good albums. I have always loved them, although I didn't really listen to Swordfish Trombone before. Not well, at least. And not to toot my own horn here, but listening to the first 7 albums that were kind of turds, and one of those 7, which was pretty awesome actually, has really informed my perspective of these 3 that I was familiar with. I see what a groundbreaking push of creativity this was for Tom Waits. He took over production of his music, and he had full creative control. And man, it shows. There are some haunting songs in there. Innocent When You Dream, 78 version. So many. Like And my brain's getting all snap, crackle, poppy just trying to like put a finger on these titles. You know what? Forget it. We'll talk about it later. This is Joe in real life. I love you guys. Be good to each other today. I'm going to spend some time with my kids. We're going to make pancakes. And then I'm going to try and have my youngest child teach me how to edit videos. That's a good way. This is a pro tip for parents. A good way to get your kid to learn something isn't to sit them down and teach them. It's to like compliment them on what they already know and then ask them to teach it to you. That's a pro tip for parents. You probably already know it, but there it is anyway. All right, see you tomorrow, guys.